Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're new. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. And my look of the moment is yeah, I've been doing my homework and we got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm going to mention quickly about our solar eclipse that's happening on Tuesday, September 2nd. It's Tuesday here in the vicinity of the United States. For everyone else, it's the 2nd of September 2024. Big dog deal. Is a new moon in Libra accompanied by a solar eclipse, and this one's a doozy, y'all. Okay, for the last several big aspects that we've had some beautiful balance. We've had beautiful mitigating energy so that any of the explosive stuff with the energies was tempered or tampered down by these other aspects. We ain't got that this time. Okay, you got you. That's what you've got this time. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now, because I'm really interested in seeing what the grace cards are going to tell us about this week's energy, or how we can approach the vibrations that reach us throughout this week, because this is so big that's going to have reverberations and ramifications for quite a while to come. Okay, and yeah, you know, we've been working up to this on this channel. I hope that you've been able to tune into at least the last several videos, because I've been intuitively talking about tempering yourself, keeping it at a response level rather than a reaction level to any of the stimulus that comes from the outside. And this is going to be on steroids this moon phase. So I hope that you've got those ducks in a row. It'll make it a lot easier for you to harness and wield the incoming energies that we're going to be facing, all of us across the board. Okay, so with that said, are you happy? And you know it, clap your hands. Okay, y'all, it's not as bad as it sounds, but it's big. Okay, it's super fly big. All right, let's get into the reading. I did pre-shuffle, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck and get our first card. Now, our first card, this is going to address the energies of, I'm just smiling because it's like finally this is really hitting it. And yeah, we've been talking about this for at least weeks. Anyway, this first card out of the Grace card deck, this is going to help us navigate. The message from this card is going to help us navigate the first couple of days of this upcoming week, which will be the first week of September. So this reading is going to cover, if I didn't already say it, like around the September 30th mark into the full week. So it'll be about the 30th to the 5th of October. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our first card. Yeah, I was like this the whole time I was listening to this last message. Now, there's a great astrologer that I discovered just a couple months ago, and her name's Heather, and her channel is Astrology with Astrology with Heather. And I'm going to put this video that I watched just a while ago, I'm going to put the link down in the pinned comment section so that you can go over and you can check it out. It's very important information, and she does a really good job of making it, you know, user friendly for the folks, us, you know, the non-adepts. You adepts out there, I think you'll definitely shake your head in corroboration. Okay, so this is a good one. We haven't gotten this one in quite a while. So partnership. God speaks to us through people. I'm not even gonna, y'all, okay. We are ambassadors of grace for one another. Okay, and we were talking about this in the last reading, the last weekly reading, about not prejudging other people that we come across, or other people who drop into our reality based on, you know, whatever, pre-programming, our own expectations, our own set of specs for other people, you know, our appreciation of somebody else's appropriateness in our world. But look, there's some funny things that happen. Spirit does some funny things and sends us messages and guides that sometimes I think that we dismiss, you know, because it comes in a form that we're either not familiar with or we want to dismiss for one reason or another. And this card is suggesting that in the next couple of days, 24 to 48 hours out from this reading, or if you are in the vicinity of the United States, it'd be like Monday and Tuesday of this upcoming week. You might want to, personalities aside, we have personality conflicts with other people, but the role that they play in our world is so much bigger than that. So maybe we're being prompted to give the importance necessary to all of the affiliations and all of the connections that we make in the next several days, because there is definitely something being sent to us for us to a partnership of some sort, or for us to recognize that the partnerships that we do have, and when I'm talking about partnership, I'm not talking about walking arm in arm or having a contractual, that might be it too, but this can be as fleeting as an interchange with a stranger at the grocery store. Okay, so really slow down in your world, and that is the mode of this week. Just slow down a bit. And I'll give you my word for October. The word for October is diplomacy. Okay, so don't just expect it from other people, but definitely get that going in your own vibration, in your own frequency, because that is going to save your day. Okay, so in the next couple of days, 24 to 48 hours out from this reading, understand that the connections that we make, even the fleeting connections that we make in our lives, they're sent there for a reason, and they can definitely bone up our own. We are trying to accomplish things in our world. We have our plan, we have our agenda, we have our to-do list, we have all of that. So even if it is a fleeting association with another person, even if it's a quote-unquote estranged situation, there's something really valuable there to help us out in some way. So if you'll just kind of stay open to that energy, just kind of smile it off. If it's something that's aggravating, just sort of smile it off and really go deep and just see how valuable that can be in your world. What is it that is trying to tell you? What is it that interchange or experience, what is it showing you about yourself? Okay, and that is probably, that intuitively, that's what I'm feeling. That whatever comes up in your world in the next 24 to 48 hours regarding other people and associations, either helpful or deemed unhelpful, look, there's something there for you. There's some sort of information there for you to go forward. Okay, so there's an importance to it. All right, let's get our second card, y'all, and let's see what's going on midweek. Midweek is going to be a big dog deal, because that is going to be right in the aftermath of the pinnacle of this energy that's accompanying this solar eclipse and this new moon in Libra. And like I said, we're not getting much of a mitigator from the voluptuous aggravation. There's going to be a poking nature of this energy. And so, if you've got other people around that, I have several people in my life that I absolutely adore, I love deeply, but I also recognize that they don't have a lot of skill in filtering themselves when they get emotional. So that just tells me that I have to use that I have to use a little more care in my approach, in my response, and because really that's going to be good for me. It'll be good for them not to have that another source of that negative energy to mirror that, because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let them be who they are, but I'm going to know that about them and know that they are going to be under this influence, as we all are. They can't help themselves, you know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. So just have some patience in your world, especially with the other people in your life that you know the ones I'm talking about. I'm not even going to go on with it. Okay, so let's get our midweek card. Now this card is going to give us, again, a little bit of, a heads up on the energies that are going to be surrounding us midweek, flowing right off of this moon situation. And maybe this will give us a little direction on how we can navigate those choppy waters a little bit better. And I don't normally get two, so I'm not taking two. I'm going to pull the one that's on top. All right, this is good. This is really good. Relax. Relax. Chill, babe. breathe. Everything is happening exactly as it should be. Okay, that's as simple as it gets. And if we could just kind of remember this all throughout our life, all throughout all the experiences we have, I think it would really help our stress levels for sure. But it's hard to do that because a lot of stuff seems unjust or unjust. A lot of stuff seems like an injustice. A lot of stuff feels like sometimes that we didn't bring that to ourselves. And this card's kind of telling me that this energy is going to be as caustic as I really feel like it's going to be, and that it's going to be really important for our I was going to say self-sacrifice, but it's not self-sacrifice. It's to protect ourselves. It's really important that you just breathe it out, keep it calm inside. You be the cool one in the room, okay? Do your best with this energy, because like I said, we are all going to be, when nobody's exempt from this, and this is big. This is going to poke a lot of And the other thing about that is we've also been talking for a couple of months about, cutting these things loose that no longer serve our world, and that can be very difficult, especially if it's another personality. Now, if it's a habit, or if it's whatever it is, you know the things in your world that aren't really helping you get to where you're going. They don't seem like they're reflected in the dream that you have for your life, but yet some way, somehow, we still can be attached to these things, even if they're not all that healthy or productive for us. All right, and I think a lot of us have had some success with cutting stuff loose. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that the energy that we're going to be feeling this coming week, and it's going to be for a couple of weeks, intense for a couple of weeks, in the first couple of weeks of October 2024, where whatever we haven't managed to let go of, it's going to be fricty. It's going to be frictious. It's going to feel, you're going to know. Well, there's not going to be even a shadow of a doubt that, oh my goodness, I should have already cut this loose. And stuff that you may have thought that you were able to distance yourself from, that you may still be a little bit entangled with, that's going to show itself. It's going to aggravate you. Okay, and I'm just giving you the heads up. So that's not a bad thing, in the way that if you can see it as it's a reminder that no, you haven't kicked this thing to the curb all the way, and you need to get out there and do a little punt with it. Get it on out of there, because it's going to be aggravating, and that's going to be your sign that you did not complete that task with whatever it is. If you don't already know that, okay. A lot of times we just kind of lie to ourselves. We're like, yeah, I took care of that. Okay, well, you know what? If we haven't taken care of it, we are definitely going to know about it. So here's the good thing about that. All of this weird stuff, all of this choppy water action is going to definitely give us some momentum. It's going to almost be catalyst-y. It's almost going to be like a forced issue, like, okay, you hadn't done this yet, well, you're doing it now. But breathe. Just relax, because everything is exactly as it should be, okay? Take a deep breath. Try and stay calm, and try and have patience with all of the other energies that are around you, okay? Now, let's move on to the end of the week. Let's see what's happening for the end of the week. Big energy still flowing. There are a ton of celestial aspects right now that are very rare as well, which means that in this lifetime we will not experience this again. So in one way it's like pretty epic and fun, and in another way it's pretty heavy and dramatic, okay? So this is where our card, I can't remember which reading it was, but there was a recent reading where we talked about perception, and about life is basically all that you think it is, all that you expect it to be, okay? And that's in your you can cerebrally expect something, but if you don't really believe in it or have it in that inner frequency area, that inner sanctum, you're there, that's not aligned. So you're kind of like just cutting yourself off at the pass there. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big time. Let's get our final card, because I could talk for another hour about these energies, and I'm not going to. So let's let's pick our last card. This is going to cover 5 to 6 days out from this reading. Now, if you're in the vicinity of the United States, that's going to be proper. That's going to be Friday, Saturday, may roll into Sunday of this upcoming week, which is the first week of September. All right. Oh, yes, baby, yes. Now, in my personal readings, I've been coming up, the ones that I do with for myself, I also use a little bit of tarot. I'm not a tarot reader. That's huge. I mean, you know, those people are, they got their ducks in order. I mean, to do a good tarot reading, you really have to be an adept. But I do that for myself, and what I've been getting a lot is the Hermit card. And the Hermit is, he's standing on a hill, and he's got his little light, and a lot of the times it's about, as much as we have been prompted to go inward and figure out who we are and what we want and, you know, where we want to be in our worlds, that card to me signifies us like pulling a little bit out of ourselves at that moment, pulling a little bit out of ourselves to give to the world. So shining your light. So without further ado, let me get it right. Shine. Love this card. Look, y'all. Yeah, the artwork is astounding. This there's a couple of artists on this deck. This is the Grace card deck by Cheryl Richardson. I think it's out of date. I think it's out of print now. I would love to get a new deck of these Grace cards. If anybody knows where I can get one, let me know. Step into the light. You are a gift to the world, and you've done a lot of work. If you're here, I know you've done some work. Okay, even if you're not a subscriber, and you know it is free, so feel free to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But if you're new in here, look, I'm going to tell you, whether you're cognizant of it or not, you have done a lot of work, and it is time for you to pull that goodness out of your own little hermitage and start to shine it to the world. Give what you got. Okay, it's time. The world needs you now. All right, so 5 to 6 days out from this reading, you're going to have had quite the week. Okay, I keep doing that. You are going to have had quite the week already. So a lot of this week is going to be about, you may not have the opportunity to really do a lot of extra resting or have some extra quiet time, but do your best to kind of keep your interior calm with all of the stuff that might happen around you, because you're going to be called to be your best self, to step out and shine your light, especially for the others around you who may not be tapped in like that. Okay, so you're definitely needed. We're needed, Mrs. Peel, and if any of you know that reference, well, chef's kiss. Okay, so 5 to 6 days out from this reading, realize that even though we get we get some static from the outside world on a regular basis, there are times when we have to dig deep and kind of just give back to our reality, give back to our 3D circumstance, regardless of all of what's going on. So now this week is right here, right in our faces. Okay, look, it is as it should be. Try and breathe and relax into that through the body of this week for sure, because there's a lot of stuff happening. Okay, so here are your beautiful cards due week. Okay, we start out the week in the next couple of days, 24 to 48 hours out from this reading. You might be prompted to recognize the importance of the people in your world. Definitely give some due to the people that you come in contact with, because sometimes they are spiritual messengers for us. So it's important not to put our hand out to them and kind of prejudge them, okay? So arrest the development of, you know how it does, you immediately, you look at somebody and you start checking off the boxes, you know, from our previous experiences or from our set up expectations. That's not what we want to do right now. What we want to do right now is stand in our own light as calmly as possible and allow all of these little synchronicities to go ahead and come into our reality so that we can have that information, because it's important right now. It's really important right now. Okay, and then midweek, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath after everything that we go through the Monday, Tuesday realm, okay? So that would be 3 to 4 days out from this reading, or if you are in the vicinity of the United States, that's going to be Wednesday, Thursday-ish of this week. And then toward the end of the week, you know what? Don't hold it in. The world needs you. Your people need you. You are needed, okay? So stand up in your strength and shine your light. And it looks like I'm a little discombobulated. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to do any expose, but shine, baby, shine. You've done a lot of work. I intuitively know that. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't done some measure of work. I know that too, okay? So the world is going to seem possibly chaotic. Your family might be a little chaotic. Your friends may be going through a whirlwind. You be the center of the wheel. You shine that light. You be steady, and you're going to be doing the best work of your world, the best work of your journey. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Big week. Okay, now you know I would really like to pull an oracle card, and again, I am going to use the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck again this week. Now, I did pre-shuffle this deck exceptionally well this week, and let's look at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we are beginning our journey. Y'all don't think, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. You are a part of all of what's happening right now. Humanity as a whole. This is a huge, huge, I don't even know what to call it. It's, I guess, a transition, but it's more than a transition. It's like a coming of age, or it's something big like that, like when you're nurturing those seeds in the ground and one finally pops up. That's how big it is. So here's our bottom of the deck, Sacred Fool. And you know the Fool's journey. The Fool starts out with some enthusiasm, with some drive, with high aspirations, a little silly, a little levity in that attitude, you know, and that's what it takes to get started on a new endeavor, on a new journey. Okay, so let's pull our oracle card of the week. Okay, and this is what you might have to do this week. Diving for light. Is she naked anywhere? Okay, she's not naked. There's a couple of naked girls in this one. Diving for light. Okay, and this is, wow, this is a huge divinity number 11. I forgot to put my book here, but y'all, when I post this in the community page, on the community page, I will post this card, a description of what 11 is prompting us to understand right now. Okay, so even if the number 11 doesn't innately trigger, or not trigger, okay, see, I can't even use that, spark anything in you, I'm going to give you a surmisation of the vibration of this number 11 that we've pulled, because it's obviously important, and a number 11 also reduces to 2. So if 2 is not one of your numbers, I'll definitely also put a note there about the number 2. And let's see, well, if you want to look up on your own, you can just go into the search thing, put in your search bar 11 spiritual meaning, and it will highlight for you what this number on this card is trying to prompt you to like pay attention to right now. Okay, and it says diving for light. Let me just look it up real quick. Now what I'll do is, on the community page, I'll go ahead and put this card and the copy from the couple of pages. Usually these are 2 to 3 pages long, and I know you don't want me to read all that. I don't, you know, I'm an English major, but I'm a terrible orator. I'm not a good reader, okay? How brave you are. You are diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in that which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind, but to look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt. That's exactly what I was talking about with our third card, our end of the week card, okay? This is, I mean, amazing. So even when things might be a little heavy this week because of the celestial energies, because of the solar energy, because of the new moon energy, because of all of that entanglement, and it is kind of an entanglement this time, all right, because of that, things might get a little choppy, might get a little caustic, might get a little, I don't even know the word, but you're going to be prompted at the end of the week to really dive deep and get light from all of that madness, okay? Even if it's just for your own spirit. But this card, I'm just, I'm picking up that we are going to be examples for the others in our world, and that's the least that we can do for the other people in our world, the people who give us love, the people who are somebody important in our world, in our story. Okay, so we're going to be charged with going deep through this choppiness, through the darkness, to find the light in the situation, which is my skill. That's what I do. I make something out of nothing. I'm just one of those by nature. But if you're not one of those by nature, this might be quite the endeavor. But I believe that we got this. I believe we can do this. Okay, so just sail through the week with a little bit of grace. Keep your composure together as much as possible, because that will just make your life easier through all of this craziness. Okay, and shine your light. Show people by how you are conducting your own energy in this caustic atmosphere, and they will get it. They'll get it by osmosis. You don't have to browbeat them. You don't have to tell them that they're not in their alignment. You don't have to say a word. Just be yourself. Be your bright, beautiful self. Okay, so now I will post the whole message. This is good. This is really good. I love how these cards are aligning, and they're doing it every week. So thank you for being here, y'all. If you got anything from this reading, please hit the thumbs up on the video, because it really does help other people, see my video who would normally get to see me, because I'm still really small in the big sea of YouTube good stuff. And if you care to share this video, oh my goodness, please, this is a great one to share, because this is a huge heads up. And I don't like to do the clickbait thing, and I don't like to put fear in people. I don't like to scare people, but I'm definitely going to title this one in some sort of framework of pay freaking attention to this, y'all. Okay, I may just put it like that, because I kind of don't mince words most of the time. So yeah, thanks again for being here, y'all. I'm so happy you're here. I appreciate your time so much. And please join me for the midweek check, the energy check for the midweek, and we'll go over this relax. Everything is happening exactly as it should be, and I know sometimes that's hard to it's a hard one to swallow sometimes when things don't look so great for us, but just understand that it's all happening as it should be. And remember, this might help you too, because a lot of times we let ourselves get out of alignment. We let our own frequency get changed when we watch other people and their experiences in their world. But look, this is very important. Listen to me here. Each one of us has our own individual walk in this life. Okay, so even if it's someone we feel like we're attached to, even if it's someone that we are blood relatives with, even if it's someone that we're just very, very close to, or that we care about deeply, when it all settles down to the dust, they have their own journey. They've made their own agreements. They need their own experiences. So please find that grace inside of yourself, not to project your worry into someone else's circumstance right now. That's really important. Love them. Prop them up with your own vibration. Do not join any kind of pity party or sadness party or worry party, because that's not going to help them whatsoever. Realize that what they're going through is the same thing. It has the same rule about it. It's happening exactly as it should be for them. So please give them the support that they may need, that you can give them. But a big dollop of support that they need, that they don't know that they need, is for you to understand and allow them to experience what they need to for their best evolution on the planet, just like you need it. Okay? All right. Thanks again for being here, y'all, and I will see you very soon.